Let's give it up. What a day. Grace. You know, we've had 2 days of intensity. It's like a nutrition bar of discourse. I gotta say something. It's kind of funny because at these things, you always dip your toe into troubled waters. The art activist community, the art community, what have you, it's like herding cats. Everyone thinks everyone else is problematic. It's amazing it feels so kumbaya in here because everyone talks a lot of crap about each other. And we know how we are. We're critical. There's no way to get along. But it's good. Criticality is important. And, you know, at Creative Time, we have the section called Enter the Anthropocene, Queer and Now, Troubled Democracy. And in each of these, each presentation is, of course, intersectional. Queer and Now is not purely about queer. Anthropocene is not purely about the climate. Labor, capitalism, queer politics, body, gender, patriarchy, colonization, decolonization. All these through lines go through everything. And I don't want to also present this as though Creative Time as an organization or any of us entirely endorse or totally understand each thing that is presented. Because if we did, we would be the most confused organization. Because many of these things, if you think carefully, also have frictions with each other. That's called subjectivities and working through stuff, and it's okay. But I say that because I don't want to smooth over the differences here either, right? Nor do I want to make it seem like we have some sort of political position on many of these things. I do in my heart. But I also think we need to think about the differences in the presentations as well as the similarities while keeping solidarity. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because we have to appreciate the differences, and also, like, we have to think about where our priorities are at. Like when we talked to the folks from Liberate Tate, and I was like, what about the complexities of power? And they're like, we're focused on petroleum. We're focused on an industry that completely is untenable. There's something I liked about the specificity of that. You're like, okay, that's how you get things done, right? But nevertheless, it does gloss over a lot of other stuff, right? And sometimes I think activists have to gloss over stuff just to go from A to B. But simultaneously, as people that need to think through the world, we can't gloss over contradiction. We need to wrestle with that. How does our platform actually encourage authoritative politics or fascism or patriarchy, right? How do issues of indigeneity actually not work as well with a sort of Marxist platform, right? When we use the word the West, do we gloss over complexities around thinking? Or when we use the word the other, does that always work for us? We know the answer is no, but we also need to speak. So we just kind of, we're simple people. We just kind of trudge our way through. Fine. Carrie Mae Weems mentioned grace at the end. And it was interesting to hear the word grace at the end when Thomas Frank talked about the elections and the way he felt the Democratic Party has basically given up on its working class politics, and that there is a white population out there that is angry and feeling forgotten in America. I think there's a shred of truth about that. And I think even in our politics, for most of us, we're all kind of left behind, and many more than others. So I think in terms of discourse and the way we can learn from this, I'm hoping that through these intersectionalities, all of us can constructively interrogate ourselves about our privilege and our power, and where the frictions of our thinking are problematic, with grace. You get what I'm saying? Thanks, guys.